Welcome back to my Unlock Your Intuition series, where we really dive into what intuition is and how you receive your intuitive knowings. In this video, we're actually going to be discussing how truly everyone, and I mean everyone, including you, has intuition. And we're going to discuss what are the 4 types of intuition and how those types of intuitions are received within our body so that you can recognize your most aligned or most, strongest intuitive sense. Know that as a human, we are naturally intuitive, especially as women, and you are truly an intuitive being. And you have the ability to be able to really enhance and work with all 4 types of intuition, but one typically comes to us, 1 or 2 comes to us a little bit more naturally. So we're going to discuss those 4 types of intuition. Hi guys, my name is Ness. I'm an intuitive and a numerologist, and on this channel, we are all about getting to know ourselves and the world around us in the most amazing, deepest way possible. And if you are curious about yourself, about your own intuition, about numerology, or anything sort of in the metaphysical, spiritual world, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Really helps support my channel, and it allows you to be notified when I have another video. Also, if you enjoy this video, make sure you put a thumbs up on it. Go ahead down in the comments, tell us what is your strongest intuitive gift. So let's dive into this video. The very first first let's talk about what is intuition. Intuition is that inner guidance that we have, that inner knowing, that voice within us that kind of guides us along our path in life. It is the connection to the unseen. It's the connection to our higher self, the connection to our soul. And we truly all have it. We sort of were taught, at least I know I was, that, intuition is for special people. You have to be born with it. You have to have this strong knowing. And the truth is, we are all born with it. We are all special intuitive gifts or beings. We just haven't really been taught how to listen to it. And the more we listen to our intuition, the stronger it becomes. And also, the stronger some of the other intuitive gifts that we have become. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the 4 clairs, or the 4 intuitive gifts that we have. I like to call them sort of what they are. So instead of any of the clairs, because to me the clairs are sort of a little more like, not that mystical is bad, but sometimes we don't perceive ourselves as mystical beings. And so let's first talk about what it actually is. The first one we're going to talk about is seeing. Are you a seer? What is a seer? A seer is someone that is very usually imaginative. They're someone that's very creative. They're also someone that when someone is telling a story, they can clearly see it in their mind. They can see what's happening unfolding in their mind. They have a super strong imagination. And this is also the type of person that may not realize it, but they're very connected to their third eye chakra. The third eye is actually quite strong. So they're also the type of people, like seeing could be something I see in my mind's eye, or I can envision in my own mind. It can also be someone that notices things out in the world. So you might be someone that notices patterns very easily. You might be someone that notices signs easily. So you might often see things like angel numbers, or different other sort of like spiritual connected things like butterflies or hummingbirds or feathers on the ground. These are all different signs and symbols that you might notice. A seer is someone who can really enhance and see the future. Someone that has a strong seeing ability is someone that can see the future and the past. The gift of the seer is that they are naturally very in tune with the unseen. And this could also be that they do see spiritual beings or energies. Seers also may see auras very easily. They may see apparitions or, spirits very easily. When you think of seeing, sometimes you think of, like seeing, a car in front of you, right? Very clear that I'm seeing it through my eyes. Know that some seers see that way, but some seers see in their mind's eye. And that is also a gift of seeing. Even though you may not see it directly as a physical thing, you may see it in your mind and know that it isn't necessarily imagination, it is guidance from your higher self. And the more you trust what you see, the stronger this connection becomes. When you are a seer, sometimes you have to learn how to interpret what you're seeing. So you might see an apple and you've got to ask yourself, in this moment, what does that apple mean to me? Does it mean education? Does it mean being more healthy? Does the apple represent, a harvest of something that was bountiful? Whatever in that moment you feel that symbol means is, part of seeing, is being able to interpret what that means for you, because that's part of the message, right? And so if you are a seer, make sure you comment down below, seer, so that we can connect with that energy. And also, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you put a thumbs up on it. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you. The next intuitive gift we're going to talk about is probably the most common intuitive gift that people have, and that is a feeler. If you're a feeler, you're one that can feel other people's energy. You are very much like, you also probably connect with the word empath. You see yourself as an empath. When you're around people, you pick up on their energies. A feeler or an empath, right? A feeler is someone that really needs to understand their own energetic boundaries so that they don't take on other people's energy, right? A feeler is someone that can walk in the room and know what is sort of like energetically happening in that room. You can tell when something's off, even if it isn't visible to other people, even if it isn't being spoken about. You can feel tension in the room. You can feel frustration in the room. You truly feel the energy of everything around you. And the advantage to that is that you can pick up on energy that people don't want to speak about. The beauty in this is that you do have to understand what is your boundary, what is your energy, and what is someone else's. So you have to begin, and this is also sometimes, someone that is a deep feeler may not like to be around big crowds, and you may not understand why you don't like to be around big crowds. You might get a bit of like extra, what you just perceive as like anxiety or stress when you're in big groups of people. And what that truly is you're just picking up on all those energies. You naturally absorb, which we're going to talk about how to stop absorbing, but you naturally feel everything around you. And when you're around big groups of people, it can be a bit overwhelming if you aren't clear and understand that you are an empath, you're a feeler. Some of the things you can do as a feeler to sort of set up those boundaries is to consciously make a choice before you go out to like big crowds that you are putting up an energetic boundary, that you do not want to be absorbing anything that isn't your energy. You don't want to absorb anything that isn't of the highest and greatest good of you, that you're willing to observe the energy but not absorb the energy. I learned that from one of my intuitive teachers. If you are a feeler, you've got to consciously make this effort of putting up boundaries, energetic boundaries around you, so that you begin to understand what is someone else's feeling and what is mine. And if there's ever a time where, as a feeler, you just out of the blue start feeling like anxiety or excitement or some energy, frustration, sadness, and you're like, it's coming out of nowhere. It's sort of like you can't really pinpoint that you're feeling this way because of any specific thing that's happening in your life, then you need to say to yourself, this isn't my energy. And I give it back to the person with love. I give it back to the thing with love. But this energy is not mine, and it's not part of me. And you can say it out loud. You can say it in your mind. It's more about intentions than it is anything. It's about intentions. And so if your intention is to give back with love the energy that you're feeling that you know is not yours, it will go back with love, and you sever that connection immediately. So if you're feeling that you are a feeler, comment down below, feeler for that feeling energy, and put a thumbs up on the video if you're enjoying this. I send you much love for putting a thumbs up on the video. And if you're enjoying it, don't forget to subscribe. That way you're notified next time I put up another video. The next intuitive gift we're going to talk about is a hearer. If you are a hearer, you naturally hear your intuition. And it doesn't necessarily have to be voices, though it could be, right? You naturally hear things, you notice things. You're probably very sensitive to sound. loud noises, loud sounds might even be a little too much for you. So you might like your music down low. You might like the TV volume down low. Abrupt, kind of like sharp noises might be like really hard for you to hear. You're just sensitive when it comes to sound. Now, the beauty in this gift is that you are naturally tuned into vibration of sound, vibration of energy, and you might even hear your messages. And ways you receive your messages or your intuition, you might hear a song on a radio, and when you're hearing this song, and it could be a song that you hear every single day, you don't even think twice about it, all of a sudden a word or a phrase really stands out in that song. It's almost like these words are like the volume just went up on these words or this phrase or this part of the song. It's like someone just turned up the volume and you hear it. You might be talking with someone. Another way you might get your gift, your intuition, which is so funny. This happened to me about a month ago. I was asking for some guidance on a specific thing, and no exaggeration, no more than 2 minutes after I asked for guidance on this thing, my son comes walking in the room and starts talking to me about an idea he just had about this thing that I was just asking guidance on. So you may get your guidance from people just randomly walking up or in conversation that was like not about the subject, but conversation that then answers the question, gives you guidance, or there might be like a part of the conversation that just really stood out to you, and it was like there was a message built in that. You are also one that may hear voices. What do I mean by voices? You may hear like a sound through your ear or in your mind that is like your inner voice, but also maybe a little different. Like you know that this is not quite the inner voice that you have, but it also feels very familiar. And you may hear phrases, words. You may have moments of like clear, something spoke to you in a very like divine way. And so if you are a hearer and you haven't really truly connected in with this, you're mostly going to get your intuition through songs, possibly through movies that you're watching, shows that you're watching. There's like something that is said in that moment that is clear and concise, that it was like, that was a message for me. It's like it goes bold, or the volume turns up, or like this word or this phrase just really stands out. And then if you begin to truly connect in with this gift that you have, you will begin to have your guidance from your higher self, your spirit guides, your guardian angels through sound. And know that it is a beautiful gift. So if you are a hearer, if that is your strongest sense, type down below in the comments, hearer. I am so excited to hear about your intuition, how it speaks to you. Don't forget to put a thumbs up on the video if you are enjoying this video, and hit the subscribe button. Now let's talk about the last and final intuitive gift that we have. It's called the knower. It's where you just know things. You don't know how you know them. It doesn't make sense how you know them, but you just know something to be true. You are probably the person that people flock to for advice. You give this grounded, amazing, insightful advice, and sometimes you don't even know where this advice is coming from. It's like it flows through you. It's like when you begin to speak and you're giving, I call it advice, or your intuition is speaking to you, it's going to come through in a way that it's not really a thought that's coming in that you're thinking about and then you're saying it. It's like it just drops in and comes out. Knower just knows their intuition. It just truly flows through them in a way that is sometimes they're also surprised as to what comes out of them, or the understanding or the knowledge or the depth of information that comes through you. It may even shock yourself. You're also one that has ideas pop in or thoughts pop in that might feel a bit like you perceive as, oh my gosh, why would I think that about that person? Why would I, think that about this situation? Why is this thinking? Like we almost, people that are knowers, and if you don't know that you're a knower, you almost perceive yourself a bit like it's like you're judging things or people, that you're a bit judgy. And it's not being judgy, it's just that you intuitively know things about people, situations, things that usually you know before it happens, right? It just kind of like drops in and you know it to be true. And you may not have the evidence in front of you to be able to prove that your knowing is true until later. And so this is the thing. If you feel that you might be a bit like that, don't judge yourself. Don't feel bad about how sometimes you have these ideas or thoughts about people or things or situations, and they may not always be the best thoughts, right? You may not always feel the best about someone or something. Know that it's probably true. It is your intuition talking to you, and that you just gotta begin to trust this knowing. And if it's something that comes through and you just know something, that doesn't mean you can't ask for more guidance on it to understand it better. But when it comes to intuition, this is probably the clearest intuition. Because with other intuitive gifts, feelers, seers, and hearers, they have to express, they have to interpret what it is that they're seeing, feeling, or hearing. Hearing sometimes is very clear, sometimes it's not. You still have to interpret it. With a knowing, it comes through clearly most of the time. And so there is less interpretation, but it is coming through you and it needs to come out. Most of the information is going to come in the expression of this intuitive gift. And so you're going to find that a lot of times it is writing in a journal your feelings or your thoughts. It is speaking out loud your feelings or thoughts, because a knower just knows things. And so if you believe that you are a knower, comment down below, knower, put a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. This is one of the videos in my Unlock Your Intuition series. If you click right here, you can see the entire series when we talk about what is intuition, how do we connect with intuition. This video is about what are the intuitive gifts that we have. There's going to be a total of 9 videos in all when it comes to this Unlock Your Intuition series. So if you're enjoying this video, click right here and see the other videos in the series. I'm sending you a ton of love. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it right now. Subscribe. Perfect. Thank you for doing that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.